Hey guys, what's going on? It is Anthony here, back again with another video, and today we're going to be checking out the Slash-inspired Firefly FFSP Les Paul. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Just want to give a quick disclaimer that I'm probably not going to be talking as much in this video. My throat's been killing me this week, so just bear in mind and bear with me as I review this guitar. I'm going to make this a quick one and not be too hard on my voice here and just get to the important stuff. So on this guitar, we have two Firefly humbucker pickups. We have a three-way toggle. We have a tunematic style bridge with a tailpiece. We also have two volumes and two tones. We also have 22 stainless steel ball end frets. We have a rosewood fingerboard, as well as a headstock with non-locking tuners. So my overall first impressions with this guitar is it's been a really fun guitar to play. Even though I got it for a really good deal secondhand, I still do enjoy picking it up from time to time, and it's just a really cool, just classic sort of Guns N' Roses Slash kind of inspired type of finish with the, you know, lemon, almost like orange type of look, depending on how the lighting is and how you view it on or off camera. But it looks really good in my opinion. The fit and finish is really good. Playability overall is pretty smooth. There is like one dead spot somewhere around here in the neck, but overall, I mean, I can't have the guitar too low of an action, unfortunately, on this guitar, but I could get that one fret fixed and then I could probably solve it. But other than that, playability plays very solid overall, and playing bends and vibratos on it is absolutely smooth. Both the bridge and neck pickup are decent pickups overall. I'm pretty sure you guys know where I'm going with this and all that, so I'm just gonna go ahead and plug this in for you guys. So I'm gonna plug this in, and then we're gonna talk furthermore about the pros and cons, and then I'll give you guys my overall final thoughts. I just wanna make this an overall quick video, so yeah, as you guys can tell, my throat is kind of killing me here, so I'm just gonna shut up and get to the demo clips. So hope you guys enjoy them, and we'll talk furthermore. So moving on to the pros here, the first pro being the price, of course. I mean, you kind of know where I'm getting at with this if you've seen my first Firefly review of the Strat copy that I had done that I still own to this day. And that is the price is very accessible. I mean, you can get these for like 200 bucks. It's crazy, unbelievable how good of a guitar you can get and how solid of a guitar you can get even for just a great mod platform without doing too much to it to make it a keeper. And this is definitely one of those guitars where if you could find this for like $200 or less, or even $250, you got a smoking deal of a guitar, whether you want to change the pickups and the hardware later down the line. I mean, solid guitar overall. I mean, the other pro is playability overall. I mean, it's a rock and roll machine. I mean, if you are a massive Slash or Guns N' Roses fan, you will 100% vibe with this guitar. I mean, this is basically a poor man's Slash Gibson, but made by Firefly. That's literally what it's inspired by, as most of you can already tell by now. And it sounds like a freaking Les Paul. I mean, from the neck pickup to the bridge, it does a pretty good job overall. I really can't complain in that aspect, especially at its price point. The other pro being is the fit and finish is really good. I see no flaws or anything worth pointing at all over the body and everything. It looks really smooth from the headstock to the back of the neck. Really no complaints, especially at a guitar in this price point. I've seen guitars that are more expensive that have way more inconsistencies and finish flaws. But to see a guitar for like around $200 like this, and it have like near zero flaws in its finish, I mean, that's crazy if you ask me. That's a huge bonus. I have to say, it's also very inspiring. If you're somebody that is nostalgic for the Slash type of neck pickup tone and you want that creamy Les Paul sound, this is definitely the guitar for you. And I definitely think that you'll vibe with it. I think overall, I think it's a solid player. As for the cons of this instrument, there are a few cons that people I think should be aware about. And number one is kind of obvious. And this goes for any type of Les Paul type of guitar, especially with the headstock design like this one, and even like Gibson's for that matter. And that is the tuning stability is not pretty stable overall. Let's just put it that way. Literally, for how many times I've had to stretch the strings and putting fresh strings on this thing, the G and B go out a lot of the time, even if I bend the heck out of them. There might be some other things I have to do to really improve the tuning stability. But the second con I do want to talk about that kind of interferes with that is also the tuners themselves are not particularly the most stable. Like, whenever I'm tuning these things up to pitch, whether I'm putting new strings or string goes out of tune and I have to tune it back up or down, I do notice a looseness in the tuning peg itself whenever I'm tuning up or down. And it's kind of one of those things where you know that a tuner itself is not stable. I'm talking like a tuning peg is not stable when it's not like sturdy enough to where it's holding the tune. Again, I think it has to do with the tuners themselves and the break angle of the headstock, not because the guitar itself is bad. I mean, you kind of sign up for these things if you are a Les Paul player, in which if you're somebody that has an Epiphone or a Gibson, you kind of know and you kind of are used to this kind of stuff. So none of this is really new, and you could even say, hey, I'm used to it, this is not a con, and that's totally valid. I mean, I'm not regularly a Les Paul player these days. I have an Epiphone Les Paul, and I have these exact same problems, and that thing is bone stock, just like this thing is bone stock right now. So really, take it for what it's worth, but for those that are new to a single cut type of Les Paul type of guitar, just be wary. That might be something that you might have to literally bite the bullet on. I'm just letting you know right now, it's completely normal for most Les Paul style guitars. That's really like the only con that I can really mention. And the second con really being that the dead spot that's right here on like around the neck, like literally unless I have the action set at like a much higher height And it could be just this one. I noticed that like with the action of the way I like my guitars, like I cannot have the action as high with the as low with the two-pneumatic bridge with where it's at without the thing just not producing a note at all. And is that a gripe that does bother me? I mean, yes, but it's something that I could easily get fixed. In which, is this guitar still worth it even with these things? Yeah, if you could find it for a steal, definitely. These cons are not necessarily like 100% deal breakers. It just depends on how important is the Les Paul to you and how much of a Les Paul player are you, you know? That's really all it boils down to. And if you're somebody that has a Gibson Les Paul or an Epiphone and you want to buy one of these to make your Road Dog, I say absolutely go for it. And I don't think these cons are necessarily going to hold you back. So that would sum it up for that. Oh yeah, another thing I forgot to mention, and this is not really a pro or a con, more of a player preference type of thing. If this is something you don't like, then it's a con. But if it's something you do like, it's a pro. And that is the neck shape on this one, specifically on the FFSP Classic series, is kind of like a medium type of neck shape. It's not thin, but it's not like super, super thick either. It's something that is easy to adjust to, but if you're somebody that wants a Les Paul with a very thin neck, this may or may not be for you, depending on your individual preferences. So I forgot to mention that earlier, so please forgive me on that. But without further ado, let's move on to my final thoughts. So with all that said and done, I'm giving this guitar a 7.5 out of 10 guitar picks. This is still a really good player, and it definitely has potential to be absolutely outstanding as long as you fix whatever you need to fix right here on the fretboard. This is based on the one I got, and you just fix whatever you got to do on the tuning stability. But other than that, the pickups themselves, I forgot to mention this in the cons, the pickups themselves are decent. They're definitely passable for what you want them to do. I don't mind the neck pickup so much. The bridge pickup is a little bit not aggressive enough for my taste, but if you're a classic rock or a rock and roll guy, I could see this totally working out for you. That being said, I think 7.5 out of 10 guitar picks definitely sums it up for this guitar. It's a great mod platform. It's a really awesome, poor man's / inspired type of Les Paul, just inspired kind of like copy. It's really good in that regard. From the fit and finish, playability overall, the price point, you're getting the Les Paul sound, and to get it under like $300 is absolutely insane to me, especially nowadays. So if you're in the market for a really good Les Paul, whether you're a beginner or a professional, definitely check out the Firefly FFSP series. With all that said and done, I'm Anthony DeFilio. I appreciate you watching me, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.